Welcome to Rewatch. We're on Season 4, Episode 22, the season finale of Season 4 of Clone Wars. Too bad I still got 2 more to go. But this one's called Revenge. This takes place right after the first one. There is Darth Maul gets led to Dothamir to go see the witch. She distracts crazy Darth Maul with a glowing ball of light. He's chasing it because he's crazy. But the thing is, though, he's supposed to be the terror of the other planet and killing people left and right. But so far, he looks like a doofus. And he talks really weird, too. Of course, he's out of sorts with his brain. Now, I'm not really sure if they explain what happened to him, how he got from that trash planet, from Naboo to the trash planet. I just don't remember right now. And I know they don't explain it. Well, they could explain that. It could have been in Season 7, because I never watched Season 7. I'm still not going to watch Season 7. But that is kind of confusing. How did he get here? It reminded me of an old episode of Transformers. And Transformers, the movie, they killed off Optimus Prime. Kids were upset, fans were upset. So what they did is they brought him back in an episode where, remember, he died on a planet. He's dead. Well, now they find his remains he's all fixed, all brand new, all coated in white on a random spaceship floating in space. Okay, how did he get there? It's a kid's show, so no one really cared back then, and no one questioned in the 80s what he was doing there. There was no backstory. It's just like, boom, now he's back. Ta-da! Now we can sell more toys, I guess. But that's kind of what it felt like. Like, okay, hey, Darth Maul's back. There you go. And a little ball of light he really loves. So if you ever were stuck on that planet and you need to get away from crazy Darth Maul, then just show him a little glow rod, and he'll go cuckoo over it. I don't know. I kind of felt it was weird. Anyway, she does her Sith magic. It is a really good scene, though, because she's taking out what looks like darkness, dark clouds, dark mist out of his head, because his head's kind of messed up. And so kind of clearing his head of all the craziness, and then constructs his body out of junk, floating junk, and, makes his new pair of legs, which is straight from the comic book. And they do admit that it's, or at least Katie Lucas, Filoni would not admit it was from the comic book, but it was straight from the comic book. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I was fine. In fact, I liked that they did admit where they got the idea. Be honest. I respect that. I don't think, oh, you just ripped that off. If you're acting like it's your own, then yeah, I'm going to accuse you of ripping it off. But if you say, no, we got it from this comic book, that George obviously saw the comic book, thought was a good idea, and that might have led to Darth Maul coming back after that comic book came out, because George read the comic books. We know that for sure, the EU comic books. Now, Visionaries wasn't yet EU. It could be. There's a few stories in there that are, they wouldn't be contradictory, but they were kind of strange. But that little ending, and I remember I bought it when it came out because I didn't know it was not in continuity at first. I mean, I don't know if it was even secondary canon at the time. I can't remember what Leland she said. I think it was non-canon, because they didn't know if they could officially bring Maul back at the time. But that Maul versus ObiWan fight on Tatooine was really good. I really like that. And I know that they put that into another TV show, Rebels, later on, and that's fine. But did they admit that they ripped that right from a comic book? Or did they like to pretend that they just came up with it on their own, which is a complete and utter lie? Again, I have respect for you if you say where you borrowed it from. But if you're trying to pass it off as your own, then I think you're a fake and fraud and phony. Anyway, so he gets new legs. Maul challenges Obi-Wan to a fight. And Obi-Wan goes, and the Jedi just let him go on his own. Yoda goes, no, it's his destiny. Okay, but don't you want to send backup? And Yoda mentions that he has backup, but he doesn't. And so, of course, Obi-Wan gets ambushed by Savage and Maul. They take him out. Ventress, for some reason, drops everything from her bounty hunters when she sees a little thing about Savage. She sees Savage's image at an airport and tracks him down. For what reason? To save Obi-Wan. Save Obi-Wan was what she was going to do. And so she breaks him out, and they escape. Of course, the Darth Maul and Savage leave. And then she saves Obi-Wan. And I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It is, of course, Ventress is trying to make a turn. In fact, it makes no sense why she wants to save Obi-Wan. They don't even mention it. She just decides that she doesn't like Savage, so she's going to fight him and Darth Maul and save Obi-Wan, and then they're going to go off on their own again. The turn doesn't make, in wrestling it's called turning babyface. The babyface turn doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what is the goal? Does Ventress just trying to find her life? Does she want to get back to the light side? I think that would have been a good story. And again, if they do this in season 7 or in the new canon, I don't know. But just for the EU, what was the point? What was the point? That's kind of what I want to ask about that. But anyway, let me know what you think about season 4, the season finale of Clone Wars season 4, Revenge. And I will see you next time on Rewatch.